The first thing is I'm going to show you a few things with soft effects, and I'm going to be jumping between projects. I have about 4 or 5 projects I'm going to be jumping on throughout this webinar. So the first thing is a little bit of a review on how you can apply soft effects. So very quickly, you can apply soft effects in 3 levels. You can apply it to a shot on the timeline. You can apply it as a track effect. And if you look closely here, you can see there is a small line on top of the clips, inside the clip. And that is that I added a soft effect in this case inside the actual clip. That is done by opening the clip or the source clip in its own timeline view. And you can add that soft effect as a track effect for that given source. I showed this on the previous tips and tricks, as it is very useful when you have a clip that has been adding in the timeline multiple times, for example with different retimes, and you can see it add the soft effect to both clips without having to paste it or clone it between the 2 clips. So that's the first thing, just to make clear how we can apply those soft effects. That means that we can use soft effects for really cool and clever things. For example, in this show, we are applying LUTs at a shot level and then at a sequence level. When you apply soft effects on a track, you don't need to apply it to the whole sequence as you do with a born in, but you can actually apply it to parts of your sequences. So in this case, I'm actually applying a LUT for the sequence and a different LUT for the shot. So I have a LUT for the shot, and on top of that, I have a LUT for the sequence. Quite quickly, the way of doing this is I can select a group of shots that I want to assign my soft effect. I'm gonna use Shift U to put my in and outs on that sequence. I'm gonna select my track and I can add a LUT in this case, and that gets added. I can go into my parameters, find the LUT that I want to add here. So I'm gonna go and select my sequence LUT and open, and now I just added that sequence LUT. You can see that I have added them at different levels within the same track. And this is just for me to visually have a better understanding of what is happening. You can move it around either using the mouse, or again, you can use the Alt and comma and dot to move it up and down. So that is how you apply it into the different things, into the different tracks or shot or source clip. Now, in 11.2, there is a small change that we added that is kind of a secret feature that we put out. And it's the ability to clone soft effects between different sequences. On the previous tips and tricks, I actually show you how I use my workspaces to do comparison between different sequences. In this case, I was working on this show where I was doing grading for multiple versions of some music videos that were shot in the same location. So I have a few shots of her that are actually used on the same interviews, and originally what I had to do is use this view to copy and paste the grades between the different shots. Now, what I can do from 11.2 onwards is actually copy that as a clone. So I can do Command K, or I can go under Edit, Copy as Clone, and now I can paste them between different sequences. So I can paste that here, and now it has applied the same grade or the same transform or soft effect that you are applying between them. And as you can see, it has the C as for cloning. Now, the cool part of this is if I open the settings for this, is I'll be able to change the grade And as you can see, it's only updating one of the viewers at a time, but as soon as I release, it updates the other viewers. So now I have actually done cloning between my two different shots and making sure that everything matches all throughout. This is very, very useful as I move into working, either in this case with different sequences for the same show, but it could be your 30-second, 60-second, or 15-second for a commercial.